Hey everyone, it's Lucid, and welcome back to Disciples of YouTube. We were playing Bandar log, and if you recall, we had missed turn 32. Unfortunately, I forgot to save it. I'm having a real hard time remembering to save all of these turns, or is it something I have to do manually? So we're gonna do turn 33 and 34. Turn 34 right now is my current turn. Turn 33 happened a couple days ago. So first we're gonna pull up turn 33. So Marignon has started sending me his stuff because right now it's looking like he's totally gonna die. In turn 32, basically Marignon was getting wrecked, and I am preparing for Nazca to come and trounce me. And we are going to try to do whatever we can to hold off the birds. So let's see how this goes, because I think this turn he actually does attack. And I attack him too. So this first battle, this is happening... Oh, where is this? Actually, I'm not totally sure. Okay, we just take that. Where's Snowford? Okay, Snowford is right on top of... that's Marignon's alchemist place. And then we can see Nazca trying to raid up here. This is a really small, like a skeletal raiding crew. He's got this guy who can do skelly spam plus some sapayas. And I don't know exactly what the plan is, but so he's gonna bless them, and then I think they're gonna do attack rear. In this particular case, it may have been better for him to do skelly spam and attack closest. But we can see we kind of killed everybody, so that was actually really good for us. We killed the leader, and then we would have killed the ghost too, but so anyway, some of them got to run. So Nazca's attacking me here, and let's pause it. So, if you've been paying attention at all, you will know that I have been very superstitiously patrolling all of my forts in case he sends raiders in. And in this case, I didn't really have much, but I took what I had, which was some Ganas, some Ethereal Chaff. I had this guy, and then a bunch of PD. This guy's really just set up to cast Wind Guide, and then not much else. And then basically all my guys are archers except for the Ganas. This guy's, I think, is just gonna spam luck. And so let's see, but this is a pretty big army he's got over here. So he's got, you know, about 20-something Condors, 20 Condor Warriors, 15 of these Sapayas, and then I think 3 Incas, which are his priests. Yeah. This one is Holy 3. Are all the Incas Holy 3? No. Why is this one Holy 3 and the others aren't? It's not a prophet, not totally sure why. Maybe the other ones are afflicted. Okay, they're normally Holy 3. Maybe this one has an affliction. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. So, anyway, they're gonna get blessed up and they're probably gonna jump all back here on me. So, let's take a look. Okay, my guys trickle forward and we can see this guy is a little far back, so the attacker is probably gonna hit him. We've got some luck casts going out, like you can see it's on some of these Marcata, which actually are very good carriers for luck, because they have decently high defense and you can pack a lot of them per square. And you can see more guys getting luck cast on them up here. And here descend all of the birds, and you can see we're throwing stones at them, and it's doing, you know, some damage. These guys are not heavily armored, so the stone throwing is actually going to work pretty well, even though I'm not buffing their strength or anything. Unfortunately, my god is like all alone back here, so, or my disciple. We see banishment coming down on my Ganas, so that's not really great. My god has gotten stunned from this lightning attack, so... yeah. Anyway, that's from Thunder Weapons. So that makes Thunder Weapons very good against thugs without Thunder Resistance, or Lightning Resistance. And you can see a lot of our guys are routing, but we've killed, it doesn't really look like it, but we've killed a lot of them, and we've caused a lot to rout. You can see there's hardly any birds left, and that's because we've either killed them or routed them. My god has since died, but he has Dominion or Mortality, so losing him here is he's only going to be out for 3 turns, and then he'll respawn. And it's actually pretty important that we caused this rout, otherwise they would have probably broken this fort, but they didn't. This was the battle we lost, so it's Nuka. So you see that the fort's besieged, so it can't continue, and the walls are damaged, but they're not broken. So that's actually pretty good. Oh crap, holy shit, guys. Look, I had, this guy respawned as a yogi. Who the hell was it that it happened to? The Holy Apugana. Let's go check this out, actually. This guy. So he just basically respawned as himself. Oh, and that's cool too. He starts off blessed because I didn't actually know this. I haven't tested it, but I guess your disciple also auto-blesses people. So that's cool. And yeah. Then, yeah, so he respawned here, and he doesn't actually have any of his afflictions, because I know this particular guy had an affliction before. So anyway, that's kind of cool. So anyway, there's a message that happened, so it's less mysterious than I thought. And here we go, there's a battle in Muspel, however you say that. And we had moved this army onto his fort. And what I'll say is I have moved armies on top of this Nazcan fort many times. And almost every time I've moved it on, it has moved off. And I have been extremely unpredictable as to whether I'm actually going to finish a siege and storm or whether I move off somewhere else. So he's probably a little loath to fully commit an army where I'm probably just going to move off. In this case, I do not move off. I have everybody staying and I want to fight. And the reason I want to fight is I want to get Nazcan armies off the board. Yeah. And so here we go. So everybody's getting all blessed up and his guys are about to fly in. And you can see we've got a fair number of sacreds, a lot of these light Bandar warriors, and then his guys all fly in and they just get munched. I mean, they're killing a bunch of my dudes too, but we're killing a lot of these guys. And the fact that we have ranged attacks means all my guys in the middle can attack. And you can see there's hardly anything left. Everybody's gonna rout now. So, yeah. And actually, this is a good time to talk about... Some people were hating on the Bless build, and I'm not gonna say it's the perfect build. And there's definitely some weaknesses in the particular build we have. Basically, we spent a lot in Astral, and it didn't really have anything that would help us until this point in the game when our god spawned. But the thing is going and having a better Bless actually is not the answer. If anything, you know, like we could have pulled back and had better scales, like maybe not taken Misfortune. That would have potentially been a good idea. But what allows us to really win this battle here is we stopped relying on our elite sacreds and we basically used a bunch of more chaffy units. And the thing is, chaffy units do very good against these anti-elites. So you can see we traded pretty cost efficiently. He lost more dudes than we did, and he had much higher quality units. And we wouldn't be able to mass all of these chaffy indies, are not chaffy indies, are chaffy kind of base troops, if we had like a really good Bless that was maybe awake sooner or something like that. So basically, going scales build has allowed us to... Well, allowed me anyway. I mean, my partner's kind of dead, but to basically fight off these super elites with chaffy sacreds, and you can actually do that. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Bandar log, but I don't know if I'll get to do it this game. But anyway, you can see the monkey resistance, guys. It's on. It's alive. The monkeys are resisting the evil Nazcan rule. So we're also attacking Nazca here. He had a fair amount of PD. Unfortunately, okay, he doesn't kill my dude. These are my Asrapas. They're Apsaras. Sorry, they're okay. They're actually, I'm not using them quite right. You want to mix them in with your other units since they have standard and they buff your other guys. They have high defense and they have all. So they're pretty good against, as like, just kind of holding the line. But they're not very killy or anything like that. So anyway, you can see we took that back from them. We did lose 2 of these guys and our Abadi chieftain, so we're not going to be able to carry all the troops out. Meanwhile, Miklin attacked me. And he attacked... So this is this farm province that's been pretty heavily contested near my northern fort. And I moved an army in to defend it. I don't think he was expecting that. And this is the main thing. When you're fighting people who are focusing on raiding, you can either retake the provinces that get raided from you, which you do need to do. But you want to do that with like very minimal investment. The thing you have to do to win the raiding war, if you're getting raided heavily, is you have to predict their movements and catch them. And you have to actually catch the raiders, which is what you see we managed to do here. And these very killy raiders, they get all... it's kind of hard to tell because the battle went real fast, but basically they killed a bunch of Marcata, and then we killed all of them, which is exactly what the Marcata were here for. So that went very well. And yeah, you can see we lost like 5 Marcata, a Tiger Rider, and a white one, and then we killed all their Eagle Warriors. So this is going good. And then down here, we have another battle in the fortress of Muspel, which is, again, where we had this big fight on the outside, so there's probably not much inside. Okay, no, never mind. So he does have some Skelly spam. Now, these guys, it looks like... Okay, no, they're blessing. Looks like they're retreating. Yeah, they are. These guys have innate caster, so no matter what they do, they're going to cast. Now, you never want people to retreat in a fort battle, so this is probably like a misscript. Because if you retreat in a fort battle, you die. If you lose. So, anyway. I assume these guys are going to Skelly spam, but we'll see what happens. You can see I still have a pretty big army here, though, even after that battle. And we basically run in. And we have pretty killy dudes. Like the tigers and all of this, so yeah. And then these guys throw stones and kill a bunch of these guys. So, very good. We kill a bunch of researchers and we take the fort. Yeah, so we killed 6 mage priests and then 2 of these guys, which actually killing them is not a huge deal because they're actually... They have really high upkeep and they kind of suck. The Royal Malaquis are real nice because they can get Sapayas. These guys can reanimate normal undead, but it's kind of debatable about whether it's worth the upkeep or not. So he's probably not super bummed about losing these 2 guys, but he's probably a little bummed about losing those. Probably what you want to do here is like commit most of these mages to the fight outside the base, because if it's just them inside, they're probably going to lose. The only reason he wouldn't is he was so confident that either there wouldn't be a fight because I would move, or that he would win the fight when he moved his guys in, that he was saying, hey, we're just going to have everybody continue to research. Which he may have been, but we can see it didn't play out that way. Then, let's see what else happens. Okay, I'm getting attacked by Indies again, because apparently I get Misfortune 2 now means that you get constantly attacked by Indies. Yeah, my guys are routed, great. Sigh. This actually is kind of important because this is between here and here, and so now it's like, you know, I have to worry about retreat routes and stuff or my army will get completely destroyed. So it says he's about 60 dudes on top, so I guess all the guys that retreated didn't go to a different province, they stayed here. And then, yeah, I don't see much over in this direction. So I think we're going to take this big army, and we're going to move it out this way, right? And we want to take Marignon's fort back. We had kind of given up, that's why he's been sending me money and gems and stuff every turn. But, we actually may have a chance for a comeback, right? So we're going to go after... I'm going to go after Marignon's fort with my big army here. And then, yeah. We're going to anticipate, too, that this group here... they could try to take this fort, so we're going to pool an army here. As we pull the army, though, we're also going to patrol, because there's a good chance that he basically flies his dudes over here to just jump around and raid. We're also going to kind of consolidate here and prepare for like anti-raiding measures. One thing too is, like, if you expect you have to think about what size of a group is he going to raid with. Now he knows I'm trying to defend against raiders. Like, I'm not no PD or anything. I am focused on anti-raiding, and he knows this. So because of that, I don't want a little bit of raiding anywhere, because it's unlikely that if he knows I'm doing that, he's going to send like small little raid squads out. Like, especially, he did it right here and that totally failed. So he'll probably, if he raids, like, do it as the whole group. Now, if he does that, I want to make sure that, so like I'm looking at this, and this province has 20 PD and this has 10. So I actually want to protect my PD investment, so I want to protect this one, and it has better sites. So we're going to move this guy up here to help protect this if he raids, and rather than protecting two with small armies, we're going to protect one with a big army, and then if he took this, he would take it. But that's kind of the thing. We're going to be pulling these guys back, and basically consolidating a big army here. I'm also recruiting dudes. And that's basically the goal. We want to get a big army. We took this. We're going to build a temple. As far as I'm concerned, this is my fort now. I pumped the PD up to 25, and I'm going to patrol in case he tries to raid and take it. We're going to search here, but basically we're waiting for another army to come in. And you can see I've bumped PD up here. PD you have to be so careful with, and I feel like I worry about putting PD in provinces in a game I'm putting up on YouTube, because PD is normally a horrible freaking investment, because players can counter PD very well. Like even just flyers, hold an attack rear will kill PD. So one thing I want you to notice is I'm guarding my PD that I put in, right? So I'm being very careful. Once I invest in PD in a province, I try to, at least every other turn have an army in there. And then if there's no army in there, then like out here, well, no. Okay, no, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my thought process. And PD's not very good against defensive-oriented elites, but it is okay against these kind of glass cannon elites, because I kind of just need body count. Here we can see Micklin has his Pretender, which is Bald Eagle Scream. I don't actually know what unit that is he's got, but he's got a ton of dudes over here. And I have confirmation from Ulm and Ashdod that they are now going to join in against the Cancer Eagles, which, honestly, after this turn where I crushed, I heavily damaged this army, and then I've killed this army here, and I've killed a bunch of his raiders, and I killed the Micklin Raider army, and they're already at war with Pangea and Satis and us. I feel like they're kind of on the back foot. So these guys coming in, it's gonna wipe them out. What we need to be careful, and this is a delicate balance, is on one hand, we want to claim a lot of the spoils for ourselves. On the other hand, we don't want to be the one that fights their big armies. So, especially with all of this stuff going on with Micklin here, like I don't want to fight this army. And if I do, I only want to fight it if it's attacking me. But once this army gets killed, I'm going to push out and take a bunch of their stuff. So for the moment, I don't think he would push into me, because I have a pretty good habit of patrolling and hanging tight. And he could potentially consolidate everything here. And I have a huge PD investment here, he knows about it. He may just want to kill it. So if I move everything here, then we'll basically protect against them killing my PD, and then also, yeah. Kind of possible he doesn't, but we'll see. So that's basically it. The monkeys, they're working, guys. We've got the monkeys deployed. They're killing birds. I was not expecting this to kind of go so well, but you can see it's working. If we get Marignon's cat back, we have a shot at winning, and not a big one, but enough. We really need that bless. So we need to get Marignon's cat back. We need to get their god out. We need to get their god, like, hidden away somewhere where they can't find him. You know, or teleport research so he can zap around all over the map. And then we'll be in good shape. But for right now, the tides are turning on the Cancer Bird Empire. So with that, we'll go ahead and pull up the next turn, which is turn 34. Okay, so I got the turn, and this is live on the server. You can see Marignon's still sending me stuff. I think this will be the last turn he does this because, yeah, I had sent him a message too last turn saying, hey, I just had a really good turn. You may not actually be out of the game. I was thinking too, just going back real quick, that they would attack Marignon's last fort with this army, not me. And then that would put Marignon out of the game, and basically we couldn't get our god back. So I was thinking he was done. But last turn I was like, hey, we actually may be in it. I feel like the tides have turned. And he says, he was kind of annoyed with playing at a time, so I basically said, hey, I can find someone else to play your turns or something if you're kind of over this game. But anyway, so he says, unless the only option we have is to just, for my god to sit in the base and cast spells, I'd prefer not to have someone else play my turns. So, okay, cool. Okay, I cast Summon Yeksha, which is basically gives you the Earth Mage. And we summon some more Asrapas, or Apsars. Do a little searching, and then he gave me this province, so I'm actually going to give it back to him this turn. Because I don't want it. We're going to give it back to him. We actually have to be careful he doesn't run out of provinces, I think, because I think that will mean he is out of the game. So I'm going to give that back to him this turn. Okay, we see also something bad happened. Let's just go ahead and talk about that. A Black Knight and his men have attacked the province. So that's right here. So this was my big army going to retake Marignon's cap, and we get attacked by a bunch of Demon Knights. Demon Knights are freaking intense. They have 1 encumbrance, 22 armor, 17 defense. Each of them has fear, and they have fire resistance, and 3 attacks. Well, they have the lance, which is really only for the first weapon. Or, so really 2 attacks. But these guys are ridiculous. They're so strong. And then they're especially strong against an army made to deal with, like a glass cannon. If I had had some of my hard-hitting mace dudes, they'd be able to get through this armor, but I don't have any of them. You know, I have these bugs, though, and they go eat all the lance charges, but this is not going to go well, guys. Like, the rocks, they do nothing. Right? This army is made to deal with glass cannons. And that is not what we have here. They also have pretty high magic resistance, because you can see Banishment did not do that much. 14 is pretty high. And we hit them, but not for enough. I mean, when you're hitting for 21 and they have 22 protection, it's not going to be a ton of damage outlay. We're just not doing anything to them, right? So this is obviously a bad army composition for being attacked by, like, 30 freaking Demon Knights, which, I mean, this is a big, like, this would be a kind of big player army. So yeah, I guess that's for misfortune. I lose my whole army. Yeah, we get attacked 20, counting these guys, yeah, 22. So that's awesome. Not sure what I'm gonna do now, because this is like a bottleneck to get back through here. So, I guess Marignon's gonna try to kill these guys. I mean, we can't lose our army, but yeah, fuck. Okay, anyway, sorry for the French. Okay, we ping that with the scout. That was in case he moved the army off. I was just gonna make sure I caused a retreat and like the one troop he left behind. We see Cancer blesses fighting each other, so Ashdod versus Micklin. And we have a bunch of basically flying Cancer dudes versus a bunch of melee Cancer dudes. And let's see who wins. So they actually have kind of similar blesses in that they're both very offensive oriented. Shock resistance, fire resistance, quickness, magic resistance, and blood surge. These guys have pretty ridiculous stats, though. 17 attack, 19 defense. These birds actually may have a little trouble hitting them, because their attack is only like 11. And I don't think they got everybody blessed either, which probably will affect the fight largely. So, did everybody get blessed? No, see, a lot of these aren't blessed. Well, I guess if they're not blessed, they can't fly, can they? Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, so they must be all blessed, or we must see some walking back here. Yeah, okay, so here are the unblessed ones. So, not blessing them all means you basically get this. Some of them hang back here, and then the others jump in and fight. So you kind of get like a piecemeal attack. And you can see they're pretty killy. They're definitely capable of killing giants. And the thing is, they don't have super high attack, 13, but it's enough because they get the harassed penalty when they surround them. But I don't actually remember who wins this fight, but if Micklin loses, it's going to be basically because they didn't bless all their dudes at the beginning. Yeah. So if Micklin blessed all their guys, they definitely would have won. But we can see they didn't, so they lost. So that was this battle. High attrition, pretty much for both sides. They got almost all of the Anakites, or half of the Anakites, right? So there's 12, and they killed 7. And then they killed some of the mages and other things. And then 63 of the Eagle Warriors died, which makes me very happy. The good thing about this, right, so him sieging up over here is going to make Micklin pull back his force. If you recall, he had a big force here. So he probably is pulling it back to deal with some of this. And that army was probably big enough that it could deal with it. So anyway, we're going to take this and try to cordon this off, because as Ashdod has gone to war now with Micklin, we do want to cordon this area off as ours. I don't know if we'll get all the way over here to the forts, but we also want him to fight the army. So we've been playing pretty defensive. We're going to continue playing pretty defensive. But we're going to allow Micklin to kind of pull their troops up this way, and then we'll come behind and kind of pick at them. That's our plan. Let's take a look at Marignon's army and see if we think it can kill these Demon Knights. Okay, nope, I don't think they can. Maybe if he has Destruction or something like that. I mean, I can probably kill him. The thing is, so I gotta get an army over here to kill this and kill this. It's gonna be so annoying. So first thing is, okay, let's go talk about this turn. I've pulled resources here, and basically we're gonna be sending everybody from here over here to attack. My guess is, if I were a guessing man, he is not gonna try to storm this fort. That's my guess. My guess is he goes and raids somewhere, like maybe even my cap. So, we've got this guy patrolling my cap. He's going to cast Swarm. I actually should give him some more gems, so he can get all his swarms off. Is that actually going to work? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, he can go attack my cap. Shouldn't I have another? Should I have another guy go? Maybe. Maybe we'll have this guy patrol too. So, here's the thing. We don't know where this guy is going to go, but I need to go ahead and take an army, and this army is going to actually move and take all of this stuff. I probably should tell Marignon that I don't think he could kill this. Yeah. So anyway, but he knows that army killed my whole thing, so he's probably gonna be thoughtful about killing him. I don't know. Anyway, so there's 50 flyers here. Here's the group we have coming in. A bunch of swarms, a bunch of luck. This guy is gonna be doing Earth Power Iron Skin so he doesn't die, then a bunch of Strength of Giants. Strength of Giants is really, really good on this nation. And I really want to pull out the Iron Skin and just have him... You know, maybe I even should. I think it's probably going to be better. Because, honestly, if he gets hit with Iron Skin, he's still going to die, especially with Thunder Weapons and the shock weakness. It's probably better I just do this and try to kill everybody. Yeah. So basically, this is it. It's a big blob with Holden Fire, and it should work. I think it will. I'm gonna bet the farm. We're about out of nature gems. We got another dude. We got an Earth 4 one, so that's kind of rare, which is pretty good. That's really high in Earth. We can get up to Earth 5 pretty easy, and then if we get Bloodstones, we can get even higher. But anyway, that's good. Right now he's researching. I actually should probably have him out patrolling. He could get raided on though. I don't want him to die. Everything right now is kind of under... we're going to have him research. Everything right now could kind of get ruined by Nazcan raids, so we're not going to do that. Okay, we're patrolling here. In terms of what's left here, nobody's patrolling. If he moves on top of this fort, he's going to kill all my PD, which will suck, and so I'll be a little angry, but I don't really have a choice. I'm a little bit pinned in. I could give up this. I think it's more likely he raids here than he raids somewhere else. And I think with all this, we could probably hold this off with 20 PD. This is a pretty sparse little bird crew. The other thing that's pretty likely is he moves back or consolidates everybody on this fort. So anyway, probably actually should put 1 PD here. I think you lose PD and transfers to... Or maybe you don't. I can't remember. Do I have anything without PD? No, just that. What is this? Okay, that. So that's basically what we're going to raid here. Here, we can see there's a big problem, and the problem is about 300-something birds. Now, here's the thing. If he moves 350 birds on here, I'm probably going to lose this. But if I kill a lot as they go, it's going to be the end of him. The problem with that is I'm not going to get any of the spoils. But I don't want to give this up. So I don't know if you see this, but we have 50 PD. And this is not something I advocate doing very much. I'm wasting so much money on PD, and you've heard me blabber on about how stupid it is to do this. It's really bad. You're wasting money. It's a horrible thing to do. But in this case, versus huge amounts of glass cannons, and I don't have any time to reinforce, we're going to do it. So we're moving a huge amount of chaff in. Yeah, a huge amount of troops in. We've got... I wonder if this guy could make it. Or what's the map move on this guy? 16? What are these? Boots of the Long Stride? Oh my god, he could make it. Okay, we're doing it, guys. This is what this monkey is for. Let's go ahead and pull him in. He is going to... And this is going to be very impactful if he gets it off. He's going to summon our Strength of Giants everybody. It's going to make my guys so much better, so much more killy. Especially with 50 PD. I mean, so the thing is Strength of the Giants is 25 AoE. So each of those AoE could potentially hit 6 Marcata, right? So with one cast, we could get all these guys. And it takes them from doing 8 damage to doing 12, so it's 50% more damage, which matters. And that's also going to affect their sticks and stones, so this goes from 2 damage to 6, so it's going to be 3 times as much damage. It's a big deal, so we're going to do it. I didn't actually know I had those boots, so that's actually kind of the shit. And I think Marignon gave it to me the other turn, so it's kind of a big deal. And I think that's about it. So basically, we're going to try to hold here. We're pooling. I'm assuming he's going to attack. Ulm has a big army that's moving over this way. And then the other thing is, I've asked... So I see this Doom stack here. I've asked if we can keep Marignon's capital. And he said, sure, as long as we, you know, Nazca's not using it as a raid center. So, they're going to want it, obviously, but I think, depending how I do, if I'm strong up here, then I will have more value as an ally than as an enemy, and it may be worth letting Marignon have his cap. So that's kind of what we're going to bank on. Anyway, right now it is just, we're trying to be the comeback kids, and there is a chance we can pull it off, but we're going to have to get lucky first, and then we're going to have to take advantage of all of our lucky opportunities. And we got given a gift, and so we just have to take advantage of it and get lucky more. And if that keeps happening, then we may find ourselves in an okay position in this game. But right now, it's going to be a mad scramble, and I think it's all going to kind of hinge on this fort this next turn. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. Go hug a monkey somewhere, because they're doing it. They're doing it. See you guys next time.